Okay, it's exactly 4 p.m. in Singapore, and with a very good morning to those of you who are joining us from Europe, and to those of you who are joining from Asia, like us, a very good afternoon. My name is Jyoti Rahman, and I am Project Lead for Education Innovation at the Asia Europe Foundation's Education Department. It is my honor to be your host today and to also introduce the project. But before that, a very warm welcome to the ASEFClassNet community. It's a community where classrooms from two continents, Asia and Europe, meets, where inspiring educators work together to ignite innovation and shape the future of education. And for this year in 2025, it is our pleasure to introduce you to the 18th ASEF Classroom Network project. And also this is the school collaboration track. And the topic is effective, inclusive, and ethical artificial intelligence in education design. Very briefly on the agenda, we have two esteemed speakers who will warmly welcome you. And then we have our education department's director who will introduce ASEF and ASEFClassNet. And then we will get to know a bit about the profiles of participants and mentors. And then we will share more information about the ASEFClassNet School Collaboration Project. And then, of course, we have breakout room hangouts where you will get to know some of your peers. We don't have enough time where you can get to know everyone. However, there will be a group session where you get to hear about what has been discussed in each room. And then, of course, to frame this moment, we will have time for a group photo, and then we will have some time for question and answer session so that we can help you better to onboard in this program. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Zhang Lei, ASAF's Deputy Executive Director. Please, Mr. Zhang, the floor is yours.
Dear participants, a big congratulations to you for being selected for the ASEFClassNet18 school collaboration on effective, inclusive, and ethical artificial intelligence in education design, AIED. It is a great pleasure to join you today and open this important program, which brings together dedicated educators from across Asia and Europe. On behalf of Asia Europe Foundation, I am truly honored to speak with you today at the beginning of this meaningful journey. First and foremost, thank you for signing up and making the time to be part of this initiative. We know how busy teachers are, and your decision to join this program is not only a personal commitment, but also one to your students, your schools, and to the future of education. For over 20 years, ASEFClassNet has provided a platform for secondary and vocational school teachers to collaborate, innovate, and learn from one another. This year, through ASEFClassNet18, we are taking another bold step forward by focusing on a theme that is shaping the future of education globally, namely effective, inclusive, and ethical artificial intelligence in education design. AI is no longer a distant concept. It is already present in your classrooms. But as educators, you face a critical question. How do we ensure that AI tools support human learning? How can we make them effective for diverse learners, inclusive of every student, and respectful of ethical standards such as data privacy and fairness? Our recent ASEFClassNet survey across 42 countries confirmed what many of you already know. There is strong interest among teachers to better understand AI, but there is also a lack of training and practical guidance. Most teachers are familiar with just a few tools like ChatGPT. That is why this program matters. Over the next few months, you will explore what makes an AI ED tool effective, how to design for inclusiveness, and how to make responsible and ethical decisions about AI use in your classrooms. You will also work closely with peers and mentors to co-create innovative teaching practices that can be applied and shared in your schools. And most importantly, you will build lasting connections across cultures, systems, and disciplines. At ASEF, we believe that transformation happens when people come together, not just to learn from one another, but to build together. That is what this program is about, creating a community of teachers who are not only prepared for the future of AI in education, but also shaping it. I wish you an inspiring and enriching experience. Your work matters because the impact you make in your classrooms has the power to shape societies. We are excited to embark with you on this journey, and we look forward to seeing the ideas, innovations, and collaborations that will grow from this program. I would like to take a moment to sincerely thank our partners, the International Research Center on Artificial Intelligence under the auspices of UNESCO, the Open Education for Better World team at the Joseph Stephen Institute in Slovenia, and all our ASEF member countries for making this possible, with special thanks to Japan, Denmark, and the Netherlands for their generous financial contributions to realize this project. Thank you and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zhang, for officially kicking off the ASEFClassNet18 School Collaboration Project and for such warm welcome and inspiring remarks to our participants. And also, we deeply appreciate your time. Thank you. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome our next welcome remarks speaker. Let's welcome Ms. Yamada Kazumi, Director of the Asia-Europe Cooperation Division at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. Ms. Yamada, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Jyoti, for your kind introduction. Mr. Zhang Bei, Deputy Executive Director, distinguished participants, the teachers, members of Asia-Europe Foundation, ASEF Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government of Japan, I am delighted to be part of today's welcome session for the school collaboration program of the 18th ASEF Classroom Network Project on effective, inclusive, and ethical artificial intelligence in education design. I appreciate that the ASEF Classroom Network Project has been connecting teachers at the secondary, high, and vocational school levels across Asia and Europe in an effort not only to share experience and ideas, but also to collaborate in developing solutions to educational challenges faced by teachers in both regions. This project and today's session have been made possible thanks to the efforts of Asia-Europe Foundation, and Japan fully supports the aims and objectives of this project, to which Japan has been earmarking its voluntary contributions for over the past years. Since AI, which has been the focus of the Classroom Network projects during the past few years, cuts across many disciplines, including education, it is essential to close the digital divide so that the benefits of AI can be widely enjoyed by everyone, and to develop a system of AI governance, which I understand is the main focus of this year's project, namely effective, inclusive, and ethical artificial intelligence in AI education design. Japan is also actively engaging in enhancing international governance for safe, secure, and trustworthy AI, as can be seen in its leadership in the Hiroshima AI process under the G7. Japan highly values the activities of ASEF, which implements programs to promote better understanding between Asia and Europe, as well as focus on timely themes that are beneficial and highly relevant for ASEM countries. We will continue to actively work on expanding such exchanges between the two regions, including through the ASEF Classroom Network project and the 6th ASEF Young Leaders Summit, for which the face-to-face conference is scheduled to be held in October in Osaka during the Expo 2025, as well as through other activities, such as the ASEM Initiative for the Rapid Containment of Pandemic Influenza. To conclude, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for your kind attention and my hope that this program will be very fruitful for all participants. So my warm welcome to all the participants, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Yamada, for such thoughtful comments and also for warmly welcome our participants. At the Asia Euro Foundation, we deeply appreciate the support we receive from the government of Japan to carry out such important initiative to support teachers across Asia and Europe. So thank you so much. Now it is my pleasure to welcome our Education Department Director, Ms. Rekha Tosha, to introduce ASEF and the activities that we do at ASEF, as well as the ASEFClassNet project. Please kindly allow me to reshare my slide. Rekha, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jyoti, and thank you so much for these warm welcome messages from Mr. Jang, our Deputy Executive Director, and Ms. Yamada, representative of Japan, a great supporter of this project. And very, very, very warm welcome to all of you teachers joining this project from Asia and Europe. So my name is Rekha Tosha. I'm the director of the Education Department, and it's my pleasure to work with a wonderful team here who will be also introduced in more details soon on projects such as the ASEF Classroom Network. First, let me start with a little bit of background on the Asia Europe Foundation. I know some of you are already familiar with us, but most of you are new to the foundation and our work. So I'm happy to share that the foundation is turning 28 years old this year because it was created in 1997 as an intergovernmental not-for-profit organization. We are based in Singapore, and this is where our headquarters are, but our projects are taking place across the 50 member countries, all across Asia and Europe. And nowadays, also many projects are taking partially place online. So ASEF is funded by the generous and voluntary contributions of the member countries to design and implement projects that really try to facilitate bi-regional knowledge exchange and peer-to-peer collaboration. Our mission and job is really to connect civil societies and also to inform governments across Asia and Europe on how to increase collaboration and knowledge exchange. On the next slide, you can see the ASEF member countries. You will recognize all of your countries somewhere in the list as well. We are very proud to work with 51 members sometimes and implement our projects online and then have a shorter physical element in one of these countries. ASEF is very delighted to have 2 organizational members as well beyond the member countries, as the European Union and the ASEAN Secretariat are also members of our organization. Yes, and the ClassNet team. I'm very happy to introduce 2 of my colleagues who will be joining you and guiding you through this journey. Jyoti, you already met virtually. She's our Education Innovation Project lead here at ASEF, and she's the mastermind behind designing this program for teachers and educators such as yourself. And we hope you will enjoy this journey, and we're always open for feedback how we can improve this program next time. You will have ample of opportunities to share with us how the program goes, what are your experiences, and how you recommend us to improve further editions. Also, another instrumental colleague I would like to introduce to you is Miss Angie To. She's the Senior Project Manager of ClassNet. Also, some of you already had the pleasure to know her and to meet her. But for those of you who are first time meeting her virtually, I will ask Angie also to turn on her camera and say a quick hello now. Because all the emails that you're gonna receive from us in the next 5 and 6 months will be coming from an email address titled classnet@asef.org, but actually Angie is the one who's managing this and behind this account. Angie, if you could say a quick hello as well to our participants.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on board the ASEFClassNet18 school collaboration. Yes, as Rekha has mentioned, I'll be the one who will be blasting everyone with a lot of emails and updates. And we're happy to take you on the journey with us and hope you enjoy this ClassNet school collaboration until the end of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Angie. Yes, and then, so this is the team. And let's move to the next slide. And let me tell you a little bit about the project. So the ASEFClassNet project is almost as old as ASEF, because it was launched in 1998. And so far, this is the one and only network that connects secondary and vocational schools across these 50 Asian and European countries. And in its history, it has already engaged over 2,000 teachers in various capacity building exercises, such as this one in 2025. And through these teachers, the project also has engaged over 40,000 students from these secondary and vocational schools. An innovation that we did in this project 3 years ago is that we started to work with the participating teachers to develop innovative teaching practices. So these are basically lesson plans that utilize AI to teach new competencies to the students. And we're very proud that so far we have over 125 such practices available in this community. With this project, we have 3 key objectives. First one is really to facilitate and foster intercultural connectivity and partnership between you, teachers in Asia and Europe. So we hope that during this capacity building program, you will learn a lot about different cultures, about different contexts in countries, different classrooms, how they work and how they embrace technology, what kind of opportunities are there for collaboration, or what kind of challenges you are facing and your colleague teachers are facing in different countries, and how you can work together to address these challenges. At the same time, of course, another key objective that we want to reach with this program is to raise awareness and build your knowledge on how to really use AI to build effective, inclusive, and sustainable competencies for your students. And last but not least, this capacity building program is, of course, designed to empower you with a very special methodology, which we refer to as peer-to-peer learning, peer-to-peer capacity building. So you will go through many exercises and teamwork where you have the chance to learn from each other. So I encourage everyone to create a safe space where you can share your experiences with each other and learn from each other. Please try to give to this community by sharing your experiences and knowledge. And please try to remain open throughout this process so you can also receive and absorb knowledge and experiences from fellow teachers from different countries who are very often facing the same challenges, but all of you have different solutions on how to address them. And this is where the learning can happen. And then let's see who is engaged in this project in 2025. We are delighted to greet 55 teachers on board from 33 different countries with a very good Asia-Europe balance. Our gender balance is not that very good, but we are very proud to have 32% of male teachers and 68% female teachers. I mean, this is also a feature of this profession, that usually there are more females. So we are very happy of this not equal, but representative balance. to have you in the cohort. We will have some time today also for introductions, to introduce yourself in breakout rooms, but that is scheduled for a little bit later. For now, I would like to just ask you to take this moment and let's take a group photo. If you don't mind, I would like to invite everyone to turn on your cameras. If you are able to do so. I know some of you might be in classrooms or might be on the way, but if you can turn on your camera, please do that. And I will invite Jyoti and Angie to help us to take this group photo. I will take away the spotlight as well so that we can see everyone very nicely. And then I will invite Jyoti to count to 3 in her mother tongue first. And then I will try to capture the second screen and leave the first screen to you.
Thank you, Rika. So I'm going to begin now. Ek, dui, tin. So if I see some of you are not smiling, if you could smile, I'll count again. Apologies. Ek, dui, tin. Okay, I am done.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jyoti. Very nice smiles there. We are very happy. So you will see this group photo soon on our social media channels, and feel free to like and share them. Okay, so participants, like I said, we will have some time to introduce yourself later, but I'm also happy to share that in this program, we will also have mentors engaged. We invited 12 outstanding alumni from previous editions who already developed fantastic innovative teaching practices. And they also won some awards for this kind of work. So we invited them back to give back to the community now, since they already know very well how to develop an innovative teaching practice and how they can help you best throughout this 5-6 month journey. So you can see their photos here on the screen already, 12 of them from 12 different countries from Asia and Europe, who will be helping you and your teams on this journey. So we are very excited to find out later, not today, but later next week, that what will be the team composition and who will be mentoring which team. Thank you so much. So this is the introduction to the program. And the big picture about ASEF, the project itself, the participants and the mentors. And let me invite now back Jyoti to take the floor and share a bit more with you about this school collaboration, ASEFClassNet18, the program that we designed for you this year. What can you expect? Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Rika, for also such a warm welcome and a lovely introduction. Now it is my pleasure to dig a bit deeper into the project that you are now part of. So first of all, at the Asia Euro Foundation, Sustainable Development Goals are a huge element in terms of our work and in education department. And for the ASEFClassNet project, we highly focus on Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is quality education. And for this project, the aspect that the angle that we take is by empowering teachers. And at the moment, through effective, inclusive, and ethical AI in education design topic, we want to support educators like yourself to build AI competencies for innovating your classroom teaching and learning experiences. And allow me to go a little bit back and highlight the key history in terms of our work in the field of AI in education, because it's very crucial to understand this. We started our first project before even ChatGPT was, was familiar in the education sector in 2019. So that's about 6.5 years ago. And that one was mainly focused on AI in education and sustainable development that took place in Tokyo, Japan. Then we, of course, as you all know, COVID happened. During this time, we then had to change our project from the hybrid format to a completely virtual format. And during this time, we implemented a project on IoT, big data, and AI, and with the focus on ESD and STEM. For those of you who are not familiar with ESD, it stands for Education for Sustainable Development. And we learned a lot from that virtual project. And then we moved on to designing a hybrid project again that focused on leading change, because a lot of stakeholders are talking about how to lead changes in education sector with AI. So our topic was digital transformation of education in the era of AI, and with this specific focus on leading innovative changes. And then, this project took place in Ljubljana, Slovenia. It was online and was also on-site. And then last year, we digged a bit deeper into the topic, and we specifically focused on learning with AI and learning about AI. So it was on the fundamental side of building knowledge on AI and education, and also on the technical side about how to teach with AI. And then this year, based on our participants' suggestions, feedback, I must highlight that actually our participants' feedback and our participants' interest are a core part of how we design our program and how we improve our program in terms of topic, in terms of program elements. So we saw great interest in effectiveness and inclusion aspect, as well as ethical aspects of using AI in education. That's why we are focusing on this topic with these three distinct yet interconnected elements and topic angle. And the reason I highlighted this history is because now, as you know, last year, the UNESCO AI competency framework for both teachers and students was launched. It was our honor and pleasure to be present in that meeting and present our work as well. And so before last year, we did not have a very clear official roadmap, and at the Asia Euro Foundation, we were, based on our work together with our participants, mentors, we were trying to find the right direction. And we are very grateful that now we have this competency framework from UNESCO. And you would be also very happy to know that the ASEFClassNet School Collaboration Project was identified as one of the best program for supporting teachers build AI competencies. So you are in the right place. Now, allow me to highlight a few elements from this competency framework. Hopefully, that will also help you to guide you in your journey in this training program. So what are the principles that we embed in this program and in our capacity building element that are also aligned with this UNESCO competency framework? First and foremost, human first, so human agency. And the way we approach it is putting pedagogy before technology. So teacher before any type of technology or any type of technology-assisted tools in a classroom. And we kindly request you to remember that as you design your innovative teaching practice, the human element comes first. Then next, of course, with the use of technology, we all have to be very careful about the ethical side of it. Not all technology tools are ethical to use in classroom for various reasons. So here we highlight that aspect by also focusing on inclusivity, as well as whether any tool that you are using in your classroom serves the purpose or not, meaning if it's effective or not. And for this, this is related to the UNESCO AICFT's ethics of AI dimension. And then moving on, AI is here. So the only way to stay relevant in terms of your pedagogy and in terms of the contemporary education needs is to stay relevant by enhancing your pedagogy. So this is related to the UNESCO AI CFT frameworks aspect 3 and 4. So that's AI foundations, meaning building knowledge, and the applications of AI pedagogy, meaning using AI in your teaching and learning practices. So the way we want to approach this is by designing a peer-to-peer learning program where you get to learn from highly motivated and passionate teachers like yourself through a community of practice kind of shared community through this program. And finally, this is something we take pride in, and this is something we highlight to all of our participants, having their voice. That's the only way to future-proof pedagogical practices. As a teacher, we highly request you to have that voice. You know your classrooms better. You know what works for your students and what doesn't. So as you build your professional, lifelong learning professional journey, that is also related to UNESCO ICFT's framework aspect 5, AI for professional development. When you use AI, when you learn about AI tools, please make sure that you are having a fundamental understanding of the tool you are using, and also you are continuously learning about the tools, both from your peer and also by independent efforts, so that you can have AI-enabled education innovation in a right way. And now the timeline, which is very, very important for your own planning and for ours as well. So today we kicked off and we will continue continue the self-learning phase until 16th of January and 16th of June. And we have designed 4 meaningful webinars on this different aspect of AI and education. So the first one will address the overarching theme, and then we will specifically focus on effectiveness, inclusion, and ethics. And then you also have a practical session where you will have some exposure to AI tools to decide whether you want to use any of them for your innovative teaching practice design. And now the next stage is the team learning stage. That is actually our favorite, because this is when we see such enthusiasm from all of our participants. This is when you get to meet your peers, you get to meet your mentor, and you really get to engage with each other deeply to design your innovative teaching practice. And this phase will last from 23rd of June to 28th of July. And here you will have 2 official sessions, and then you will have 4 independent sessions run by your mentors. And then finally, action learning phase. Action learning meaning this is when whatever you have learned during the self-learning and team learning phase, you now have to take an action. And in this context, implementing your innovative teaching practice. The action learning timeline, please note that it might be September or it might change a little, because we are still confirming the dates for our on-site conference. However, we will inform you in due time, so not to worry about that. And then we have planned for an on-site conference either mid-September, end September, or early October. And we will also confirm this timeline when we finalize the dates and venue with our partners. And now I'm going to share a bit more information about each steps during your capacity building journey. And please kindly note all of these elements, because it's very crucial for your own planning and for your own commitment as well. So the self-learning phase, the reason we call this a self-learning phase, because this is when you have a lot of responsibilities on your own to join the webinars, go through the reading resources, which will be shared in the e-learning platform very soon, and build thematic knowledge and practical knowledge. And here we will have a team assignment, and you can reach out to your mentor for support, but all this we will announce in an email update later. In step 2, the team learning phase here, we highly encourage you to build intercultural competence and collaboration competence by working with each other. And some of this insight you can also apply to your when you work with your students and help your students build these competencies as well. And here you will be working with your team members, and then you will be designing your ITP, and also your mentor will organize the sessions, and it will be once a week. I want to just very briefly highlight, there will be some reflection exercises, very short ones, and also a lot of your time and effort will go into ideating and designing the ITP. And now finally for action learning, here the way we designed it. May I kindly request our participants to mute yourselves? Thank you so much. So here you will have the opportunity to build design and digital competence. As at this stage, you have already designed your ITP. You have already gone through the process to understand what the design aspects involved. And also, of course, you will be exploring the AI tools and through that digital competency skills. And of course, when you are going to implement the ITP in your school and in your peers' school, you'll have to negotiate, you'll have to coordinate with your colleagues, with your students, with your school leaders. And through this process, we hope that you also build leadership competence. And here you will also have your mentors to support you. And finally, not finally yet, but one exciting element is the in-person meeting. Of course, you were working hard virtually, and we want to acknowledge that, and we want to create an environment for you where you get to network with your peers directly in person and also have that in-person bonding experience and also showcase the work that you have been doing during the virtual phase. And also you have an opportunity to celebrate your work through Innovathon. Innovathon is when you compete, you have elevator pitches, you showcase your ITP, and then from those presentations, we select the best ITPs for our ASEFClassNet Innovation Award. And of course, during the conference, those of you who get to come to the conference, of course, I should highlight that joining the conference is on selection basis, and we will share more information about that as well. You will also work together with your mentor to make sure that your ITP content are ready for publication in a handbook. And very briefly, what we are really looking for is active participation from you for all sessions and effective teamwork, respecting your team members, making sure that you are on time in your team meetings and you are doing your part to support the team and to take the teamwork forward in a cohesive and in a comprehensive way. And we will evaluate it based on the development and progress of your ITP and also the quality and strength at that stage that we sense of the designed ITP. And your strong commitment to implement the ITP in your school prior to or after the conference, depending on the timeline. Why? We are now designing this program and supporting you build competencies, and this effort is in a way gets lost if you don't use the knowledge to go back to your school and then implement what you have designed. So that's very, very important for us. And of course, your commitment to work together with your mentors to finalize the content of your ITP if your ITP gets selected for publication. And now finally, this is where you get to also show your work. So this is step we call transforming your work into a publication. Why? This project, the seats are very limited. It's only for about 55 teachers, as you have seen. But there are many more teachers in Asia and Europe, and we also have received a high number of applications. So how do we make sure that the knowledge and capacity that you are building here can empower other educators? And for us, we rely on you for that support. So based on your work, we are planning to do a handbook where all the outstanding ITPs will be published. It's also a matter of reputation and achievement for you to be, in that publication to showcase your work that we will share with our audience across Asia and Europe. And through that, we want to create a very strong ripple effect and empower many more educators beyond the ASEFClassNet community. And we request that for this to be successful, you work together with your mentor and team members and make sure that you follow the editor's template and instructions when you design and when you gather content for your ITP. We will also share more information about this template and the workbook editor's guidelines soon in due time. And now the exciting part for you to get to know each other. It's not possible for us to get to know each other together since we are a big group. I see on my screen about 45 participants. So we will create small rooms where at least you get to know some of you, and then you can come back to the main group and then at least share some insights from your group. So this is what we request you to share, and in 30 seconds. So you will share your name, country, and profession, what you are doing in your school, whether you are a school leader or you are teaching, which subject, if you are a head of department, etc. So your profession. And then we really want you to focus on sharing what is your unique pedagogical or teaching skills that you use regularly on a daily basis in your classroom. And please, before you go into discussion, select a representative to take notes who can come back to the main group and summarize the points, specifically the countries that the group has, as well as the unique pedagogical or teaching skills that are shared in this group, so that we all have an overview of all the unique strengths you all bring. And we will later, when we come back, each representative will have 1 minute. So please prepare your notes accordingly from these breakout rooms. Now I'm going to share stop sharing my screen so that we can create the breakout rooms. Before that, can I quickly check? Are you all very clear about what you are going to do in the breakout room? I see a lot of thumbs up. Amazing. Okay, we have everyone in the main room. Amazing. Now let me remind what Angie just reminded again, so that when you speak, everyone get to know who you are and your country. Some of you have name on your screen in your mother tongue, which is very difficult for us to read. If you could take a moment to quickly rename yourself, if you haven't done so yet, your first name, last name, and country. Okay. I hope you all had an exciting and inspiring time getting to know about your peers, at least some of them. Now let's hear from all the groups, and please remember you have a very short time since we have 7 minutes left for the session. So who would like to volunteer? I'll just based on my screen breakout rooms, I will go by each room. So the first room I have on my screen.
Michael volunteer.
Oh, amazing. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, right, I'll go first. Yes, so Tēnā koe, or kia ora from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Michael Harvey from New Zealand. So basically it was interesting. We had some common themes. So I'd like to bring relational teaching as a strength, at least from my perspective, from an Indigenous lens. So that's how we're unique in New Zealand. I think our curriculum is quite strong about that. We also had another educator who also agreed it's the fact of building relationships between our educators and also between our students is an important skill. Another strength was seen as previous experience. So one of our members has already been on the ASEF, so that's also brought particularly experience. And the last person was willing to give it a go. So just that kind of mindset of always giving it a shot, which she saw as a strength. So that's my group.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Michael. Now let's move on to room 1. It's Dedi, Dejan, Edwin, Laurel, and Jadil. From your group, please, the representative speak.
Kia ora, again from New Zealand. We had a very diverse group from Slovenia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Brunei, and New Zealand. And again, a diverse range of pedagogical skills. We have a teacher that combines mathematical learning with local contexts to engage students. We have people teaching new and innovative technologies. And we also have a teacher that is using AI tools to support students to overcome challenges, for example, visually impaired students. We have challenge-based learning and solutions to problems, and also, likewise from the previous group, fostering positive relationships.
Wow, a lot of unique skills. Thank you so much for sharing, Laurel, if I pronounce your name correctly.
You got it.
Okay, thank you. Now we're moving on to room 3. Mark, Nomintul, and Stasle. Please, the representative from your group, the floor is yours.
So I am the representative of the group, Stasale from Lithuania. So we were all, most of us were English teachers, 3 ladies and 1 gentleman, Mark, in business studies, working in business studies. And the specific thing about our group was focus on students. Let it be bond between a teacher and the student, letting the students try different things, focusing on the progress, or applying different approaches like constructive approach that Mark used. That's it.
Thank you so much, Estatel. And for everyone's reminder again, they have discussed a great skill, which is learner-centered teaching and learning. So thank you for that. Now moving on to the next group. On my screen, I see Andreas, Geraldine, Marina, and Natalie.
Hi, we had a really great discussion in our group. In our group, we had Marina from Spain, who's a science teacher, and amazingly teaches physics through scuba diving. So we'll be doing scuba diving at the end of the course of physics. We had Geraldine from Malta, and Geraldine's a chemistry teacher at a vocational school. She's currently teaching levels 1 to 3, but it goes all the way through and embeds science into the field of practice in her teaching. We had Andreas from Greece. He's a language, literature, and history teacher. He's very innovative and he's teaching and loves flipped learning. And myself from Down Under in Australia. And I was talking about how we relate technical concepts to the real world and how Trump is helping in our teaching of economics currently.
Thank you so much, Natalie. That was very unique. We are glad that you were already taking critical approach and approaching, global topics like that. Now, moving on to the next group. On my screen, I see Arno, Chasing, Fong, Hafizi, Jirasak, and Vimala. Please, the representative from this group, the floor is yours.
Just give me a minute, yeah? Because
Yes,
I'm inside the classroom, so
no
you can.
worries. So while Vimala is getting settled, please
Okay.
allow me to.
Yeah,
Okay,
can.
Vimala, go ahead.
Very fast. Okay, 5 of us are from basically Asia. Okay, one of us, okay, 2 of us from Singapore. And then, okay, sorry, I didn't really write down their name. Okay, Chi Sings is teaching English. And then the other 2 teachers, okay, one teacher from Malaysia, Sabah, and then the other one is from Indonesia, and then the other teachers from Thailand. Okay, and then um, okay, some they try to use focus on the self-directed learners, want to build up a self-directed learners, and then Mr. Afizi actually he tried to teach the mathematics. Promote the thinking skill, why the concept is such, and then something like that. And then for me, normally I will use project-based learning, integrate with the design thinking skill, so that they can, also can be, become a self-directed learners as well. So this is what, okay, even though we talk a lot, but not able to, jot down every single things. Okay, yeah, this is what I can, summarize. Yes.
Thank you so much, Vimala. It's 1 minute to 5. Can I please very quickly ask your permission to stay a bit longer, if that's okay with you? We only have 2 more slides after this to update you about what's next, and we have a few more groups to go. Hopefully that's okay with everyone. I see a lot of nodding. Thank you so much, means a lot. Now allow me to invite the next representative from next group, and the group is Hanif, Mujammel, Dashdava, and Satyum, this group. Please, the representative, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. It's a very wonderful moment for us. We are 4, included me. I am Mujammel Haq, lecturer in ICT department. I'm senior teacher in ICT, and belong with me Antia Dashoda from Mongolia is an English teacher. Seth Yong Cambodia is a mathematics. And
we can't hear you, Muzammel. Okay, now your voice is back.
To collaborate to their students, especially for active learning and differentiated instruction for students. And they already used AI tools, but in known future, they want to expand their knowledge. But this kind of program will be very efficient for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing, Muzammel. Now we are moving to the next group, and we have only 2 more groups. Dovil, Jitu, Vesna, and Winda. So the representative from this group, the floor is yours.
So yes, thank you so much. I'm Jeetu and I'm representing the group. So greetings to everyone from India here. And in my group, we had a teacher from Croatia, then we have Indonesia. I don't remember the third one. I'm sorry for that. But yes, we all had a good interactive session. We all exchanged the subjects that we people teach. So we had two teachers teaching English. We had a physical education teacher as well. And I belong to a different field altogether. I take social sciences. So we discussed about the teacher-student relationship. We also focused on how to make the students global citizens. So this is what the focus was on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jitu. Now moving on to the last group, Iria from Estonia and Lokia from Greece.
Hello, I'm the one who took the notes, so I call myself the representative. We had actually more people. Yes, we had Lukia from Greece and Eugene from China and Susanna from Slovakia, and then myself, and there were language teachers and math teachers and vocational art and computer design and creative coding, and myself, as I'm interested in how the special education needs students can benefit from the AI. And as well as I work as a homeschool coordinator, then it means that I'm also interested in designing assessment activities for those kids who are actually homeschooled. And another big thing that came up was project-based learning or inquiry-based learning, and how then to use the AI ethically and effectively to support that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iria. And with these very brief breakout room hangouts, I hope you all had an inspiring time and get to know about each other's unique teaching skills, and also the groups, everyone in the main group from other groups as well. And we are very, very thrilled and excited to hear from all these groups and cannot wait to work with you well in the next few months. Now, let me pause here for a quick moment in case any of you have any questions, but some of you might have to leave. So before we come back to question and answer, allow me to very briefly share what's next. Then I'll come back here. Then we will stay here for some time to address your questions. We will have the first webinar next week, Monday, 19th of May, on Essentials of AI Design. And our speakers will be Dr. David Huang from National Institute of Education, Singapore. You can check the learning platform for more information. Those of you who have already logged in, amazing. If you are struggling, please reach out to Angie. She can help you if you are facing any issues. Don't hesitate, don't wait. Please reach out because the learning platform is where you'll have all the resources. And the time will be the same, 16 to 17 p.m. Singapore time. And this is very important. We want to highlight your achievements, your activities during these few months that you are with us. And we will have social media posts and different types of communications materials. Please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter so that you get to see all the updates from this project. Please check the chat box. Ingi already shared these links, so you can click and then you can go to this page to follow. You will also have this PPT available in the learning platform where these links are embedded. You can also check them. But I think I will give you maybe 3 seconds so that you can at least click on the links. And another important announcement, I will be adding all of you, if you have LinkedIn account on LinkedIn and other social media channels as well. If you are comfortable, please accept the request so that it's easy for me to tag you when we do any post. If you have a LinkedIn account, that's great. If you don't have, we highly recommend you to have one. I think now we can go back to this slide. Any questions that you have on the methodology or the program or any other aspects, we are happy to support you with that. Allow me to stop sharing my screen so that we can see each other as well. You can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself. Okay, I
No,
don't.
I guess the
Sorry,
question was
sorry.
about.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
Oops.
No, just saying with the platform. Yeah, just
Yes.
it's in the chat anyway. Just I wondered. I think there's another email to come potentially. I just got an email last week, but there's no password or username yet to use. So I think that's coming later.
Yes, as stated in the email update one, we will actually enroll everyone
Yeah.
in the platform after the session. So most
Yeah.
likely you're going to receive an email tomorrow with the login details. For the existing alumni who have attended the previous edition of the ClassNet, you will know where to log in because you'll be enrolled automatically, so you will not receive an email. But if you have problems logging in, do write to me.
Thank you so much, Angie. I think someone else wanted to speak. Please go ahead.
It's me, Vimala. Actually, I also had the same question. The
Oh,
login details.
okay. Now you have. So I don't see any other hands raised. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for staying for a
I
few
think
more
Namgo
minutes.
has a
Oh,
question. He raised his hand.
apologies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
okay,
everyone.
Sven. Yeah.
Actually, I had a question. I just want to ask, is there any platform that we can work together, like WhatsApp or something like that? That means that you can post the question, some reminder. After that, we can follow easier.
So you mean for the team learning?
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yes.
Okay, so for teamwork, we will introduce everyone through an email. And at ASEF, of course, data privacy is very, very important for us. And when we introduce everyone through email, then within your team, you can decide what platform you want to use. So that's up to each team. So it can be WhatsApp, Facebook Messengers, or Google Live Docs. It's really totally up to each team.
I think Miss Jyoti, what he was asking is like the whole ASEF 18, the one that we did for ASEF 17, that we have one common WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay. That's actually, yeah, sorry, NG. That's actually for the conference only. But before that, for the virtual phase, we will not have any groups for everyone.
But what we can do is also to create a Facebook page.
Yes.
A Facebook group for everyone, if you're agreeable.
Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up, so that's amazing. Thank you.
Agree.
Thank you so much. So with this, we want to thank you again for your time, for your great interest in this project. And we also want to wish you all the best. Hope that you will have an amazing, inspiring, and great learning journey with us. And as our Deputy Executive Director, Ms. Jung, mentioned in the earlier, lasting connections. We hope that you remember as you work with your peers, to have those lasting connections that help you in your lifelong learning in this teaching journey. Thank you, and we will see you next week for the first webinar.